think anyone who's worked in architecture or engineering knows that there's just a huge amount of work to produce buildings and the built environment. You're building the world that people live in. I'm an architect by training. It can be a pretty isolating experience at the expense of connections with other people. And especially if you're part of a community that is less represented, like LGBTQ+ people, that kind of exacerbates that sense of isolation. Most firms in the AEC industry did not really have any ERGs, really didn't have much support, really didn't have many leaders who are out and visible for kind of more junior people to look up to. Build Out Alliance was really a response to that kind of lack of visibility.
Since that time, it has grown. We expanded to San Francisco, then Los Angeles, and most recently, earlier in the year, we expanded to DC. When I was starting off, I wish that there was something like Build Out Alliance, that there were role models that I could look up to, that there were LGBTQ+ leaders. Being closeted is really hard, really challenging to hide a part of yourself. When people can be open, when people can be themselves, they're able to bring their entire selves to work to make a difference. Adding that diversity of opinion and thought can just enhance our built environment. That's what Build Out Alliance's goal is to make the built environment better and to make the industry a better place for everyone, especially LGBTQ+ people.
My name is Thalia. I was born and raised in the Bronx, still live in the Bronx. I was born to Puerto Rican parents. Started working at Shaman 6 years ago. And, at the time, I was just focused on making sure that I knew how to do my job, right? Before I started adding any other things onto my plate, I wanted to make sure that I was doing my job well. And then the pandemic hit, and I actually lost my mom to COVID in 2020. She was such a humanitarian, she was such a giver. After she passed, I realized that one of my main priorities is to make sure that I made time to make the world just a better, more welcoming place for everyone, just like my mom did.
She's phenomenal. I think she is a huge supporter of what Build Out Alliance does. She understands what we're trying to do in terms of building the community, and she has an expertise that we don't necessarily have.
The people who are involved in Build Out Alliance truly care. This growth is only possible because of the volunteers. We have over 100 volunteers across all 4 locations. And these are not just people who show up to one event, but these are regular volunteers who plan the events.
Being queer, that sometimes isolates people even more. So being able to come to a Build Out Alliance event and know that they're going to be somewhere where they're welcomed and they have things in common with the people that they're meeting there.
This is a place that will welcome you, this is a place that will support you, this is a place where you can be yourself, and this is a place where you can ultimately advance and grow and sort of become a leader within this firm or within this industry. So I think it's hugely important to have people not just elevated because they are LGBTQ+, but people who are in those positions to be visible and to be sort of advocates for the community, because I think the ripple effects are far and wide.
Everyone deserves to feel at home with their community. I wanted to make sure I honored my mother's memory, so it's for you, Milagros.